Scotland waited 28 years to get back to a World Cup. They beat Haiti in their first game. They lost to Morocco in their second. Then Brazil came to Miami and settled the question in 7 minutes. Here is the full story of how Scotland's comeback ended, why that third goal might be the most damaging single moment of their entire tournament, and what Brazil just told the rest of the world about their chances of winning this whole thing. First, the context you need. Scotland's last World Cup was 1998 in France. They went out in the group stage that time too, but at least they were there. For 28 years after that, they watched every tournament from their sofas. New generations of Scottish players came and went. Qualifying campaigns ended in heartbreak every single cycle. Then this year, they finally got through. And they drew a group with Morocco and Brazil. In theory, this should have been the worst possible draw for a team returning after 3 decades. In practice, Scotland actually started this tournament looking like they belonged. Their win over Haiti was not convincing, but it was 3 points. Their loss to Morocco was tight, just a single goal. Going into the Brazil match, Scotland were third in the group but only needed a point to be sitting comfortably as one of the best third-place teams heading into the knockouts. A draw was the minimum requirement. A loss was manageable, as long as the score stayed respectable. Here is where it gets interesting. Vinícius Júnior took care of that plan in the 7th minute. A Scottish defensive mistake by Christopher Aguerd gifted possession straight to a Brazilian press. Lucas Paqueta found Ryan in behind the defense. The cross came in. Vinícius met it at the back post and it was 1-0 before Scotland had touched the ball in the opposition half. Vinícius then scored again just before halftime, ghosting in completely unmarked at the back post to head home after Bruno Guimarães whipped a delivery across the face of goal. Andrew Robertson played the ball straight into the Brazilian press in the build-up. 2-0 at halftime, and the mathematics were already getting uncomfortable. Matheus Cunha added a third on 60 minutes after a slick 1-2 with Guimarães opened the angle inside the box. 3-0. Game over. And here is exactly why that third goal was more than just a scoreline. Before the Brazil match, Opta's numbers gave Scotland a roughly 42% chance of qualifying as a best third-place team with -3 goal difference. If Brazil had only won 2-0, that number climbs to over 63%. 1 goal. The difference between a real chance of surviving and a very uncomfortable wait. Scotland did rally late. Kieran Tierney came on as a substitute and whipped in a dangerous cross that found Scott McTominay's head, but Alisson made himself big and kept it out. A last-minute corner nearly turned into a goal. The Tartan Army in Miami were loud and desperate right until the final whistle. But the scoreline did not move. And Scotland now sit third in Group C with 3 points and a goal difference of -3. Let that sink in for a moment. Brazil's expected goals for this match was 4.46. Scotland's was 1.13. Brazil dominated every single statistical category in every minute of this game except the last 15. When Scotland finally started playing with the urgency they needed from the first whistle. Whether you like it or not, this is what happens when you face a team built for moments like these. Vinícius Júnior now has 4 goals in this tournament. Bruno Guimarães was everywhere in central midfield. And Carlo Ancelotti, the most decorated club manager in European football history, now has Brazil purring as a unit at a World Cup for the first time in 24 years. Scotland are not mathematically out yet. They now need 4 third-place teams across the remaining groups to finish with fewer points or a worse goal difference than -3. Bosnia and Herzegovina are already through with 4 points. Korea Republic finished third with 3 points but a goal difference of -1, which is already better than Scotland. The numbers are not friendly. And this is the part that stings most. Scotland came back to the World Cup after 28 years in the toughest possible group. They beat the team they were supposed to beat. They kept it tight against Morocco. They then handed Brazil the one thing they needed, space to run. And paid the full price for it in 90 minutes in Miami. Brazil go to Houston for the round of 32 looking like a team that has found its pace at exactly the right moment. Scotland go home to wait and watch other people's results, hoping the math somehow works in their favor. 28 years for this. 3 matches. 1 win. 1 very long flight home. If you want every World Cup story explained the moment it happens, subscribe, there is a new one almost every single day. You are welcome.